sinus cavity clogs your nose up. You know, ear, nose, and throat, all that stuff is connected together. But that's physically, but God used it in a spiritual sense to help us understand that before we got clogged up, he had already unclogged us. He blew through the nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living soul. He became an instrument for his God. And so we were designed, Sister Sanders, to be an instrument for our God. We were designed to be what we call in music trumpeteers. We were designed to make the sound that God had created us to sound. Matter of fact, Sister Holiday, he blew the sound that he wanted me to make into me when I first became into existence. He already had blew the God sound in me. But instead of me blowing God's sound, I let somebody else grab my horn and start blowing some other things in it.
All right.
Nobody says anything right now. This is when I find out that I no longer sound like what God had designed me to sound like, what he had built me to sound like. Brother German, I start to sound like the world and not like God.
Amen.
That's because somebody else done picked up my trumpet and started playing some music on it that God ain't familiar with.
Yes, Lord. Oh, yeah.
Preach.
Yeah. Amen. My God. Wow.
I'm going to sit down.
They wrapped that.
Jesus.
Many of us will say, Lord, make me an instrument of your will. Well, he already had. What did you do with the instrument? Brother Gideon didn't realize that he was an instrument. And so God took a physical instrument to show Gideon that he was a spiritual instrument. Gideon was found thrashing wheat in the wine press. Is that right? A lot of people say that he was a coward. I even preached one time, and I was wrong for doing it. How to turn a wimp into a warrior. Yeah. Because it sounded good. It sounded good. But Gideon, he really wasn't a wimp. He was just unsure of his role with God.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of us, Brother Pastor, we're unsure of our role with God.
Right.
And so a lot of times, what happens, Sister Newell, is that we'll end up doing some things in some places that we ought not be doing things. Like he was thrashing wheat on the wine press. He should have never been thrashing wheat on the wine press. You see? And so in other words, it looked as if he was hiding because he was doing some things that he wasn't supposed to be doing at the place that he wasn't supposed to be doing them things. And so what I'm saying to us people of God, sometimes we can get caught up doing some things in some places that we ain't supposed to be doing things, and then it'll look like we're running and hiding from God.
Oh, Lord. Amen.
Until God shows up to find us and said, what are you doing here, mighty man of valor, mighty woman of God? What are you doing in this place? This is not the place that you ought to be in. This is the place that you ought to be in. God, I hear you talking to me, but God, I need you to show me a sign. I need to know if in fact this is actually you who's talking to me. I heard your voice. Your word says that my sheep know my voice, and the voice of another they will not follow. I know that I am your sheep, and I know what I heard, and I heard what I know, but I still need a sign just to make sure that I'm secure on the inside of what you're telling me to do, because what I've been doing ain't what you just said. Nobody says anything to me right now. I'm trying to talk to somebody up in here right now. Please hear what I'm saying to you, people of God. And so God, being gracious as he is, loving and compassionate as he is, he knows our plight. He understands our plea. And so what did he do for me? He gave me the 3 signs.
All right.
He gave me the 3 signs. And then watch this. He said, this is what I want you to do, Gideon. I even got more of a sign for you. I got a greater sign for you than just fleece and do.
Okay.
I want you to take men and set them up for battle. Gideon had some, what, 30,000. No, ain't no 30, man. 32,000 or something like that, huh? Men when he first started.
Yeah.
He said, take them down to the water.
Yeah.
Let them drink. Those that drank like a dog, put their head to the water. Let them go home.
Yeah.
Well, back up. Let me back up. The first time he said, if anybody's scared, go home.
Yeah.
That's the first time. I'm sorry, y'all. Anybody scared? Go home. He lost 20,000, 22,000.
Right there.
Right then.
On the real.
He only had 32, and he lost 22. Right then. When he asked, was anybody scared? Anybody in here scared to serve the Lord? Let me just go ahead on and ask you now. Before we go off into battle real good, I'm going to give you a chance. Anybody scared?
No, sir.
Tell your neighbor, say, neighbor.
Neighbor.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Don't you be scared. Don't be scared. Then he told them to take them down to the water. Those that put their head to the water and drank like a dog, you need to get rid of them. Those that kneel down and bring the water up to their mouth, you need to keep those. See, you can't see the enemy with your head down.
Yeah. All right.
And a lot of us are being overtaken by the enemy because we got our head down. Nobody says anything like that. You're in a good position on your knees. You understand? But you got your head down. You're doing a good thing by drinking water, but you still got your head. Be on your knees, drink your water, but stay alert. Stay alert. You got to watch for the enemy. The enemy is coming in at every angle. At every angle, Sister Robinson, that you don't think he's coming in at, that's the angle that he's coming in at. He might be coming in under your feet to the left side diagonal, to your right side, or your blank side, or your blind side. You don't know where that rascal coming in at. And so you got to always be alert on where he's coming in at. Now you're ready to go into battle. And notice this here. When Gideon ended up, he ended up with a number of 300. That's all they had was 300 men. Then he said, this is what you do. You put a trumpet in one hand, a pitcher with a lantern, that's exactly what it is, in the other hand. You take 100 and line them up on that side, 100 and line them up on that side, and 100 and line them up on that side. And with the army, the enemy down in the valley, Gideon being up on the sides of the mountain,
with those 100 as they began to blow those trumpets, break those pitchers, and started to cry the sword of the Lord and of Gideon. Man, the enemy turned on himself and killed himself.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blow, break, and burn. What's the significance of all of this? When I break my pitcher, what I'm doing is I'm breaking myself.
Amen.
Spiritually, I'm breaking myself. I'm saying that, Lord, now I'm an empty pitcher before your full fountain. Lord, now I'm destroying me so that you can have all of me. Nobody says amen. I'm willing to actually be in the hands of the potter at that point on the wheel where he's designing a piece, he's designing a work, and if it's not what he likes, if it's not what he designed, then I'm willing to let him break me and start it all over again. My light. What is my light? Matthew 5 and I think it's 18, somewhere around in there. Let your light so shine that men might see your what? Your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. But before then he said that you are the salt of the world. And then he said that you are the light of the world. Say nobody takes a light and hide it under a bushel. But you are put upon a hill so that the whole city can see you and so that the whole city can be lit by the light that's in you. And see, the problem is with a lot of us who are Christians is we're not living up to what God said that we should be. That's the reason why we don't have the power to blow, we don't have the power to break, and we don't have the power to burn. Let's not beat the enemy. We don't have any of those attributes with us. It's because we're not living up to what God has designed for us to be, which is an instrument for his will. When we become that instrument that God has designed for us to be, there's immeasurable, innumerable. We'll be able to do the impossible. Nobody will be able to stop us. Nobody will be able to hold us down. And that doggone enemy who always got us on the run, you'll find out that you can put him on the run.
Yeah, amen.
When you live up to your desire. Yeah, God bless you and keep it, my brother.